Just for your information, you have a paper copy of this that Ben is giving to you right here. We'll also email it to you so you don't have to scan it.
And this is the motion, BSR, resolution.
Well, I didn't know about this.
Okay.
So the agenda's not in, Joanne got it. So I didn't know she was doing it. So.
It'll take a couple of minutes and I'll check some more after. Go for you have
Okay.
all that you need.
All right. Well, Jorge kind of helped me, so it's recording. I'm ready.
Good morning. I am going to call to order this special meeting, it's a public meeting of the Arapahoe County Board of County Commissioners for August 5th, 2019. To my left is Ron Carl, the county attorney. To my far right is Gail Stumpo, the clerk to the board administrator. Ms. Stumpo, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Conti?
Good morning.
Commissioner Sharp?
Here.
Commissioner Holland?
Here.
Commissioner Jackson?
Here.
Commissioner Baker?
Here. Commissioner Conti, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Mr. Carl, are there any modifications to the agenda this morning?
Yes. So this public meeting has been set up for the Board of County Commissioners sitting in their role as the County Board of Equalization to consider the adoption of the recommendations of the referees, which is item 5A on your agenda. I have been informed that the Assessor's Office would like us to add an additional item to the agenda, which is the correction of certain errors in the 2019 valuation that was noticed by the assessor. And so you've been provided a copy of a BSR and an additional resolution, draft resolution for that item, and we'll call that item 5B on your agenda. So we'd like to amend the agenda to reflect that item. And then also we've provided you a revised motion which covers both of the resolutions we're asking you to adopt today. So those are the modifications.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carl. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns from any of the members of the Board of County Commissioners on our agenda which has been modified? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the items on the agenda as modified.
I so move.
Motion made by Commissioner Holland, seconded by Commissioner Jackson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstentions? Seeing none, that motion carries. This is the time that we've set aside at all of our public meetings to invite the public to come make comments to the Board of County Commissioners on any non-agenda items. Are there any citizens that would like to address the Board of County Commissioners at this time? Seeing none, the citizen comment period is closed. We have, as stated before, 2 general business items before us, and the first one is the CBOE decisions, and the second one is the Board of Equalization Correction of Errors resolution. So, Mr. Carl, would you please lay the foundation for us?
Yes, as I stated earlier, this is the a hearing for the Board of County Commissioners sitting as the County Board of Equalization to adopt 2 resolutions. Ben Schwartzendruber from the County Attorney's Office is here to explain both items in a little more detail. And after that, we've got a proposed motion.
Thank you, Mr. Carl. Good morning, Mr. Schwartz.
Good morning. So the Board of Equalization's role and duties are to, in essence, raise, lower, adjust the valuations so that all valuations in the county are just and equalized. You've appointed the independent referees who conducted, I think, 3,300 some hearings on parcels that were protested. You have the report there that gives you the results of those hearings. So we're asking you to approve those referees' recommendations. And then the second item was the assessor's office through the CBOE process, and as part of reviewing both parcels that were protested and not protested, discover some errors in the assessment roll. I think I may be wrong, but I think there are 11 parcels on that resolution. And square footages were off, land values were wrong because a neighborhood didn't get, it was no longer an active neighborhood, and there were some parcels in there that didn't get picked up originally. So the assessor's office has recommended and requested that the Board of Equalization correct those values. I'll answer any questions you might have, but I think I would like to recognize the hard work and the exceptional work that Karen Thompson, Lorraine Schaefer, Gina Guerin, and also at the assessor's office, specifically Mark Rich, did throughout the process of the CBOE. So I think they did an exceptional job.
I would like to add that this was a record number of protests by, I think, 1,000, or am I right?
Wow.
So, and that they did an outstanding job of processing through all these, and haven't heard any complaints yet from any of the taxpayers who are protesting. So,
Well, we'll pass along our thanks as well for all that hard work. But are there any commissioner comments for Ben Schwartz? Commissioner Jackson.
Yeah, I just want to add that no matter what time of day, whether early morning or later on in the afternoon, you folks were down there working on paperwork or holding hearings. There were hearings, so there was you could just see how hard that you all were working, and I think it's important for us to recognize most of our citizens don't know unless they actually go through this process how hard you guys work. So thank you. I want to kind of add to my thanks to you all.
Commissioner Sharp.
I'm just going to say the same thing. Passing by the rooms and everything and seeing people in the hallway, I know it was not easy, and just thank you. And with 1,000 plus more people, that's an awful lot of work. So thanks again. Really do appreciate it.
Commissioner Holden.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I echo the thoughts and appreciation of my colleagues. I will only add that I happen to know one of the people that came in for the hearing, and although his request was denied, he said to me that he thought that the process was fair and equitable, that he was treated with respect, and that he appreciated the hard work and commitment that those in the hearing process exhibited during the hearing. So you're getting praise from outside from people that even lost their case. So that's quite an accomplishment. Thank you so much. Commissioner
Conti.
Yes, I'll just echo that. As I was leaving the office, some late afternoons, I would see so many of the staff down there working hard in the office rooms, processing those claims, and I know how diligent you guys were working, and thank you so much for the long hours that you did put in, and I'm aware of the sacrifice I'm sure it was to your family and your home life during this period. And I too had comments from citizens who had put in for adjustments to their, tax bills, and they were most satisfied with the results. So thank you for the fair and equitable treatings.
Okay. Any additional questions or comments concerning the motion in front of us? Or not a motion, I'm sorry. Mr. Carl.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you're all clear that the actual referee recommendations are contained in the document that's sitting in front of Bill right now, that a copy of that has been provided to the clerk for entry in the record on this item. And if anyone wants to quickly go through the 3,000 recommendations, now's your chance.
Already did my speed review.
No microphone.
I sped right over her shoulder.
Commissioner Sharp.
If there's no further comment, I'm happy to make
I would
a motion.
entertain a motion.
Okay. I move to adopt the resolutions approving the 2019 Board of Equalization decisions as recommended by the appointed independent referees pursuant to Colorado Revised Statutes Section 39-8-102(2)(I) and the 2019 corrections recommended by the assessor, and adopt the recommendations and corrections as the final actions of the Arapahoe County Board of Equalization.
Motion made by Commissioner Sharp, seconded by Commissioner Jackson. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Seeing none, that motion carries unanimously. And are there any commissioner comments this morning? All right, we are adjourned.
And we do have to be back in the Western area. Woohoo! And I think Peter's on that.